BrainJuice Media. Fuel your mind.
10 stages of a long-distance relationship. Long-distance relationships. They're tough, but also incredibly rewarding. From endless phone calls to those tear-filled goodbyes, these relationships are a test of patience, trust, and love. Whether you're in a new long-distance relationship or have been in one for years, you'll recognize these 10 stages. So stick around to find out what stage you're in and how to navigate each one like a pro.
Hey, what's up everyone? Today we're diving into the 10 stages of a long-distance relationship and how to handle each one. Every long-distance couple goes through these ups and downs, but if you're prepared for what's ahead, you can make it work. Plus, I've got some helpful tips to keep your love strong, no matter how far apart you are. Let's get started. Stage 1 is the honeymoon stage, and it's exactly what it sounds like. The first few weeks or months are full of excitement, passion, and constant communication. Every message, every video call feels magical. You're in love, and nothing can tear you apart. During this stage, you're texting all the time, having long phone calls, and maybe even romanticizing the distance. You're eager to visit each other, and there's an electricity in the air. Everything feels perfect. Enjoy this stage, but remember that it won't last forever. The distance will start to feel real, so make sure you're setting realistic expectations for what's coming next. Stage 2, the reality check. After the initial thrill wears off, the reality of being apart sets in. The excitement fades, and now you're facing time zones, busy schedules, and the emotional toll of being away from each other. During this stage, you might start to realize how hard long distance really is. The time apart can feel overwhelming, and you might even begin questioning how long you can keep it up. This is totally normal. This is the stage where communication becomes essential. Set up a regular schedule to connect, and be honest about how you're feeling. Don't be afraid to express frustration, but also remind each other why you're in this together. Stage 3 is communication struggles. As the reality of the distance sinks in, so do the challenges with staying in sync. Texts get shorter, phone calls less frequent, and misunderstandings more common. Maybe one of you feels like the other isn't putting in enough effort, or you start to argue about who's not communicating enough. It's easy to misread texts, and without face-to-face contact, things can get tense. To survive this stage, set clear communication boundaries. Decide how often you'll talk, and make sure both of you feel valued. Sometimes it's about quality over quantity, so focus on having meaningful conversations instead of constant ones. Stage 4, the jealousy stage. When you're miles apart, it's natural to feel jealous, especially when you see your partner living their life without you. Social media, new friends, or even just being out with people can trigger those insecurities. You might find yourself wondering, who's that friend in the photo? Or, why are they having fun without me? Jealousy can creep in, even if there's no reason for it. The key here is trust. Have open and honest conversations about your insecurities. Don't let jealousy fester. Address it head-on and reassure each other. It's normal to feel this way, but it's important not to let it affect your bond. Stage 5, the emotional roller coaster. Some days you'll feel like you're on top of the world, head over heels in love. Other days, the distance will make you feel alone and disconnected. This back and forth can be exhausting. One day you're planning your future together, and the next, you're wondering if you can really do this. It's all part of the long-distance experience. During this stage, it's important to stay grounded. Remind yourself that the highs and lows are temporary. Lean on each other during tough days, and celebrate the good ones. Stay focused on your long-term goals as a couple. Stage 6 is where things start to get better. The strengthening stage. After navigating the emotional ups and downs, you and your partner begin to strengthen your bond. You've weathered the storms, and now you trust each other more deeply. You've proven that you can survive the challenges of long distance. Now, your relationship feels more solid, and you start to feel more secure. The trust between you is stronger than ever. This is a great time to focus on deepening your emotional connection. Have meaningful conversations about your future, your dreams, and what you want as a couple. Celebrate the fact that you're stronger together, even when apart. Stage 7. The routine. You've found a groove that works for both of you. Maybe it's weekly video calls or daily texts at a specific time. Whatever it is, you've established a routine that helps you stay connected without feeling overwhelmed. By this point, the distance has become a part of your everyday life, and you've learned how to manage it. But make sure not to let things get too predictable. Keep the spark alive with surprises and spontaneous moments. It's great to have a routine, but don't let it turn into a rut. Plan fun virtual date nights, send surprise gifts, or even handwrite letters. Keep the romance alive, and remind each other why the effort is worth it. Stage 8. Doubt. Even after finding a routine, there might be moments when doubt creeps in. You might start wondering if the distance will ever end, or if the relationship is worth all the effort. Questions like, can we really make this work long term? Or, what if something changes? Are totally normal, but they can also make you feel anxious about the future. The key here is to talk about your future plans. Discuss how long the distance will last and what your goals are as a couple. Knowing there's an end in sight can help alleviate some of that doubt. Stage 9. Planning the reunion. After months or even years of being apart, you're finally planning your next visit. Or maybe you're even discussing closing the distance for good. Whether it's a short trip or the big move, planning your reunion is one of the most exciting stages. You can practically feel the anticipation in the air. Make sure to enjoy the process of planning your reunion. Talk about all the things you want to do together and make the most of your time. These moments are what you've been waiting for. And finally, Stage 10. The reunion. After all the waiting and anticipation, you're finally together again. There's nothing quite like that first hug after being apart for so long. This is the moment you've been counting down to, and it feels amazing. But don't forget that adjusting to being together again can take time. Communicate openly about any changes or feelings you have after the time apart. Cherish this moment, but also be prepared for a little readjustment. You've both grown while apart, so be patient as you find your new normal together. And most importantly, celebrate how far you've come. Long-distance relationships aren't easy, but if you can make it through these 10 stages, you'll come out stronger and more connected than ever. Communication, trust, and patience are key. If you found this video helpful, give a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and comment below on which stage you're currently in. And if you need more advice on making long-distance work, check out my other relationship videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And before you go, bonus tip. When you're feeling overwhelmed by the distance, write a love letter. There's something about putting your feelings down on paper that can help keep the spark alive. Trust me, it works.